Shalom, Apostle talking back at you with this truth, giving all praise to your help. It's 5:12 a.m. Today, today's date is 6/27/2022. Yeah, Yahweh Shai. Yep. There was a video put up. GMS 600K titled True Performance of the Lord's Sacrifice with Women's Rights. And, women's rights is centered around this whole reversal of Roe versus Wade. That decision was made in 73. So we're talking 50 years later. It was reversed. And I'm positive that I know for sure, but it didn't come from his mouth. What does he mean by rights? Is this dedicated to this reversal, or is he saying women's rights in general? I believe he's talking about the abortion thing. But anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Kendrick Lamar mentions the MOTB in this video. This video was put up. This is out of England. And he mentions right here at 3 minutes and 4 seconds, 3 minutes and 5 seconds of a 5-minute, 52-second video, he mentions MOTB. Now let me come back. I want to show you something. So he knows when he's up this, performing, putting on this performance, he knows he's an Israelite. And in the beginning of the video, he mentions Christ. He compares, Christ. I don't want you to hear none of it because how YouTube get down. But he makes a comparison to woman, Christ. He uses the word Christ. I even hate this, but I noticed. Find it. Like I said before, everything that we see, we filter everything through the scriptures. The word of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. Bear with me for a minute. Now this is supposed to represent the crown of thorns. And it starts bleeding. It starts bleeding all over the place. I'm pretty sure you saw the video. Okay, this is what I wanted. I don't know if this is how the particular theater is built or they set this up. But as you can see, it's clearly, they say they call it the pyramid of Cheops. Now this same particular pyramid at the pinnacle of the pyramid is a light. Give me a second, let me bring this up. Like I said, I'm not going to make this long. Bear with me for a minute. See, once I go from this page, I'll lose it. So you see this pyramid right here. I don't know what theater this is. I'll go into it more and find out what theater. And whether they set this up for a concert or is it part of the actual theater? Either way, this is sending the message. This is the illuminated one sending you a message. And he has definitely been initiated into that order. That's why when he came in through the IUIC, which he calls on Christ, just like the IUIC calls on Christ, which they're clearly wrong. The Lord's name is not Jesus, no J in the Hebrew, and Christ in the Greek and in the Hebrew it sounds almost the same. Christos, which means anointed, and that wasn't his name. Stupid ass Christians, your average everyday Joe box of Christians. They when they say Jesus Christ, they think Jesus Christ is his last name. Mr. Jesus Christ. No, the word Christ just means Messiah, anointed, chosen. That's where you get the word Christian from, because they were called Messiahites. It wasn't called Christians. You go to Acts 11:26. So they were called Christians first. Actually, the actual word they're supposed to be Messiahites. They were following the Messiah. Anyway, this is what I want to do. Let me do this. Okay, dollar. Image. You get a good $1 bill. Oh, that's all I need. Okay, I got it. You see that there? Let me go back to this. The same symbol. You see the light with the eye in it? I knew it. Coeptus. What is the term? Annuit coeptus. We used to say announcing the birth, but it actually means I'll look it up. I'll look it up. And then Google will give you the actual meaning. Novus ordo seclorum, if you know Latin. Novus meaning new, ordo meaning order, and seclorum meaning secular, meaning the world. The Great Seal. So this whole NWO New World Order thing goes back before really all of you were born. Unless you're in the 90s. And I believe this symbol was put on the dollar, which is actually the Federal Reserve note, during the time of FDR, Roosevelt, which was the president, around 33, if I'm not mistaken. You can do the research on it. You can always research it. In God we trust. It's not talking about the Most High, the power of the Bible. It's talking about, the spiritual demon Satan. The eagle goes back to Obadiah. The arrows represent war, and whatever plant this is represent peace. They bring you peace through their policies. They give you peace. War. This is old school stuff. You can clearly see this image right here. Same image. Average Jake out there, they won't even notice something like this. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Bear with me for a minute. I want to give you the actual what Anuit Coeptus actually stands for. Like I said, we used to say that meant announcing the birth. It doesn't actually mean that. And it no, I believe that's a CC. Probably a CO. Do this. CO. Okay, that's it right there. Anuit Coeptus. COE. PTIS. PTIS. Then I'm going to put it in Google. It should say our enterprise is crowned with success. Okay, it says Anuit Coeptus, Wikipedia, one of two models on the reverse side of the Great Seal of the United States. The little translation is favors or has favored. Okay, it says here, this is what I want. Anuit Coeptus is one of two models on the reverse side of the Great Seal of the United States. The literal translation is favors our undertakings. What is it? What are their undertakings? Novos Ordo Superum, from Latin, annuo and coeptis, coeptum. Favors our undertakings. Let me yes. Novos. Norvos Ordo Seclorum. The phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum is the second of two mottos added by the Secretary of the Congress of the Confederation, Charles Thomas, on the reverse of the Great Seal of the United States. So what does it mean? A new succession of ages. Novus Ordo. Novus Ordo literally translates, means new order. And seclorum means world, new world order. Give me a second. Let me see what comes up with this individual. Who's part of okay, Charles Thompson, Freemason. Bunch of Masonic symbols right here. Let's get a little information on this. How many? So this guy goes back to, maybe this symbol was used before FDR. How many signers of the Declaration of Independence were Masons or illuminated ones? 9 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence were Freemasons during their lifetime. Now there's a book that they go by. What is the individual's name? Apostle Bar did a video on it. He went down to DC. This was years ago. I can't think of his name. But he wrote a book. As soon as the name come to mind, I'll bring it up. He wrote a book, and in that book, he says the true God of the Masons is Lucifer. His name is right on the tip of my tongue. It says among our country's early Masonic leaders were founding fathers George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Paul Revere, and John Hancock. And most, if not all had slaves. George Washington had slaves. Benjamin Franklin had slaves. Paul Revere, I believe, had slaves. And John Hancock had slaves. You know, I mean, you can always look it up. But what's this guy that I can't think of his name? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Somebody can put it in the description. But in that book, he says that the true God of the Masons is a God by the name of Lucifer. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.